Hi yogis, welcome back to my channel. For our yin practice today, we're going to be focusing on a supine practice. So all of our poses will be done on our backs. Sometimes it's just nice to have that option, right? Just to be able to be in a more relaxed state, and that is often by lying on our backs. And just a real quick recap of what yin yoga is yin yoga is focusing on letting the muscles relax rather than engaging the muscles like we do in other styles of yoga. So as we allow the muscles to relax, then we enable the body to get more into the joints and the ligaments and the fascia, and calming the nervous system and allowing the body to come into a more rest and reset state, which helps with lengthening and flexibility. It has so many other benefits for the body, but as we practice today in our supine practice on quads and hips, you will feel that opening in the hips when you find that release in the gripping of the muscles. So that's something I really want us to focus on today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and no props needed today. All right, let's get started down on our backs. Lowering yourself down nice and easy. And let's first just bring the knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side. Good. Let's lower the left foot down and then extend that right leg all the way up towards the sky. You can point and flex through the foot. It always feels good. You rotate through the ankle. And then we'll cross that right ankle over that left thigh and then just energetically pushing that right knee away from you. So without using your hands, just pushing that right knee away. And now bring your hands to your hip bones. And this is where I want us to really practice and focus first on letting the hips release. So it's very common for us on a day-to-day basis to be hugging the hips in towards one another and tightening the glutes. And this is where we want to practice letting that go. So we're focusing on opening up the hip girdle. So what I want you to feel as we take an inhale to the belly, the lower back, and into the hips, is on that exhale, I want you to feel for the hips opening up side to side on their own. So as you release any gripping or holding and opening up that hip girdle, it may be a very subtle movement that you feel or release that you feel. Good. We're going to take 2 more breaths here, focusing on letting those hips open up. Slowing your breath down. It's kind of a mind over matter thing too. So if you're looking for this big shift or something to happen and you don't feel it, it's okay. It's still the fact that you're bringing your attention, your breath into this release. So it's almost like you're giving your body permission to release, and it will when it's ready. All right, last breath here. Good. Now we'll come into reclined swan pose or pigeon pose. And you're going to bring that left knee up towards you, thread that right arm through that little eye hole, and then either bringing the hands to the knee or the shin or to the back of the thigh. What I want you to focus on here is making sure that those shoulder blades and shoulders are plugged down to the earth. So if they're kind of peeling off the floor, because this is really tight for you, I'd rather you lower the hands down. Good. And now let's take that inhale to the belly, to the lower back and hips. Exhale, let the belly soften, let the lower back release, the hips and the glutes. And then just let the legs fall in towards you. Release any energy or activation going on in that left leg. Let the foot just hang down. And then just give a gentle flex in that right foot to support the knee and the ankle. Tuck the chin in slightly. Elongate through the neck and the spine. Each exhale, finding where you can allow the body to release any gripping or any tension. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Good, then releasing the hands, lowering that left foot back to your mat. And then let's bring that right knee into the chest, holding on to that right knee. Extend that left leg all the way out, bringing that left heel to the mat. Taking a full inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Once again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And now place your left hand on your hip flexor, your psoas of that left leg, so that little flat part just before the thigh bone or the thigh muscle, excuse me. And then with your right hand, just gently opening up that right knee out to the side. So we want to focus on keeping that left hip to the mat or to the floor. And then opening up that right knee just enough to feel that stretch a little deeper in the top of the left leg and into that right hip joint. Good. Now on your next inhale, slowly bring that right knee back in towards you. Bring your left foot back to the mat. And then we're going to thread that right foot in between that left leg. So you're going to bring that right foot through that left leg and then using your left hand to grab onto the right foot, either just the toes or the top of your foot. And now we're working that right quad, the inner thigh, as well as the quad. You can rest that right hand on your belly, or maybe it feels good to open up that right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Notice where there's any gripping or holding going on in the glutes or the legs or the lower back. And just as we practiced in the beginning, we want to focus on letting that hip girdle open up. And you'll feel a lot of lengthening on its own in that right quad once the hips are able to release. Notice if you're holding any tension in the upper body, in the shoulders, the neck, letting that go. And we'll take 5 more breaths here. Last breath. Open mouth, exhale. And releasing that right foot, and then slowly bringing that right knee back into your chest. Bringing the left knee into meet, and we'll gently rock side to side. And then we'll make our way to the other leg. So now lowering that right foot down, extending that left leg up, pointing and flexing through the foot, rotate through the ankle. And then crossing that left ankle over that right thigh, pressing that left knee away. Let's take a few focused breaths here to open up that hip girdle. So hands on the hip bones. 3 breaths here. Last breath. Beautiful. And now we'll come into our reclined swan or pigeon. Good. Interlacing the fingers. Letting that right foot be heavy. Let's take a full inhale to the belly, to the lower back. Exhale, softening, releasing. Letting those legs get heavier on the exhale. Plugging the shoulders down. Tucking the chin. All these little subtle movements or adjustments that make a huge difference in your pose. Slowing the breath down even more. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Open mouth, exhale. Releasing the hands, lowering that right foot down, left knee into the chest, extending that right leg all the way out. Taking a full breath to the belly. Exhale, softening, releasing. Letting the upper body relax. And then we'll bring our right hand to that right hip flexor. And gently opening up that left knee to the left. Finding that spot that feels good for you. Finding your edge, as we say in Yin yoga. Edge meaning that you're feeling a nice stretch or a nice opening, but not feeling a lot of intense pain. Last breath here. Inhale, slowly bringing that left knee back in. Bring that right foot to the mat. And then we'll thread that left foot through. Grabbing onto the left foot with the right hand. Either leaving the hand on the belly, the left hand on the belly, or opening up to the side, palm facing up. Taking a few focused breaths right into the hips, finding that release in the hip girdle, release in the lower back and the glutes. Taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And releasing the left foot, bringing the arms into you, left knee into the chest, bringing the right knee in, gently rocking side to side. And then lowering the feet down, we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Letting the knees just fall open, hands to the belly. Taking a full inhale to the belly, the lower back. Exhale, softening, glutes release. Upper body sinks down. Now you can continue to stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana, or if you'd rather come all the way into Shavasana, extending the legs out, taking up lots of space here, either keeping the hands on the belly or opening the hands up out to the side, palms facing up. Let's all take a cleansing breath where we're at. Open mouth, exhale. Sinking down even more. Surrendering even more. And you're welcome to stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Thank you for practicing with me today, yogis. I hope this practice and this sequence served your body and your mind, your spirit well. May you have a beautiful rest of your day or evening. And if you enjoyed this practice, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. And thank you again. Namaste.